CountyComm fans, I hope you'll forgive the crudeness of this experiment here that I'm making. Another use for the Pico Pull that so many of you have purchased, along with other Delrin-based, brass-based, titanium-based containers. What's the challenge? Well, making fire. I maintain that this sort of a magnesium source of fire making, coupled with a striker here, is essential when making fires in damp environments. And the reason for that is the burning temperature of magnesium is so high. If you use it to start a fire that is surrounded by not the driest of tinder, the heat of the flame that comes off magnesium burning will be sufficient to dry out the materials directly surrounding that magnesium so that the fire may be sustained. Magnesium, as far as I know, is the only tinder by which you can accomplish this. So no fire kit is complete without magnesium, in my opinion. Now, we're not going to talk about where we source the magnesium from, but I will tell you this. I had heard that some Chinese sources were not genuine magnesium, and when I purchased something from China as an experiment, I initially did not have success getting it to burn. I thought I had proven the point that it wasn't magnesium. But here's a tip. In order to get genuine magnesium to burn, you need to start with a minimum critical mass of magnesium. Otherwise, it won't sustain itself. So you need to build a little quarter-size mound or dime-size mound, or so we've heard. Well, if you're desperately needing to get that fire started right now, you know, it'll take a while to get that amount of magnesium shaved off your bar. And so I thought to take along the bar, absolutely, but to always be equipped with one or two of these pills, pill capsules or Pico Pulls, in which a small amount of magnesium had already been shaven. And in my case, I use a very simple wood rasp file to shave the magnesium in my shop. And here it is. In rubbing over the magnesium, there's no tendency for any flame to be developed. But real quick, I can get, I believe, a significant enough stash of magnesium powder, pre-made. Keep this on my keychain or whatever. I'm always at the ready. Now I'm going to temporarily set down my camera as I open this Pico Pull and show you what I've got inside. It doesn't take much magnesium to get a good fire started, or such is the theory. Hold on for 1 second. Apologize for this extremely hokey video. I'm unscrewing the Pico Pull for you. And let me show you what I've got here, if I can get in close enough. I have not even filled up the bottom. So this, in my first experiment, hopefully successful, shows you that you don't necessarily have to have a lot of it to get the intended result. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gingerly turn it upside down. This piece of metal is of no great consequence other than it's going to shield from the heat this very flammable workshop top. So I'm just going to turn it upside down and tamp it out. And I think you'll agree that in theory is the amount of magnesium you're supposed to use at minimum to get that initial high temperature flame in the thousands of degrees going. Now, if I weren't holding the camera with one hand, I would be able to take my fire steel and generate some sparks, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the thing going just to verify that it's sustained and that it's enough to glow its typical white hot color. So we'll get this going. Let's hope we work. Now we've got it started, and as you can see, that is burning real hot. And if I'm going to run my finger over it, oh yeah, I can feel it. That's a substantially hot flame. In fact, what I typically like to do is poke it around to open it up, and every so often you'll see a white hot, really bright flare up, and that white hot flame is indeed the proof positive that we're dealing with genuine magnesium as opposed to something artificial, which again people had suspected was the case with these imports. And you know what? I really don't know if those importers were bringing in fake magnesium or not. Magnesium laced with aluminum to make it appear to be more cost effective or not. I really don't know, but it may have been purely bad technique. Those may have been genuine magnesium strips, but the base quantity, once again, that critical mass has to be pretty substantial. Otherwise, you will not achieve the burn rate and the intensity of flame for which magnesium is so famous. So I hope you can appreciate that we have demonstrated yet another use for the Pico Pull, storage of a goodly amount of magnesium, which for a short while, long enough to get everything else burning in our pile of flammable fuel, this works, and it works very well. Now, of course, when the magnesium is burnt, it goes that classic white-gray powder color. I think we're about done, but presumably by now, our fire would have been roaring. So, again, I want to thank CountyComm for making available to us a product that has so many uses, including stashing a goodly small start of magnesium tinder. Thanks for watching.